to the melody, 'cause my love is in there. Just listen to the melody.
This joint's dedicated to everybody that's out there got somebody special, man.
Just listen to the melody.
Your love is hard to come by.
Just listen to the melody.
What up, BC? Woo. So I showed this record the video I made yesterday or 2 days ago, but I didn't really, give you guys a taste. So for those of you that may be interested in this, it's just a little taste of the type of beats you get in the rapping. It's soaked with soulful samples. This beat itself, just that chorus.
We disagree on a lot of topics, but like yourself is a test. Sometimes you gotta weigh your options. I use a vision that's microscopic when it comes to our family's future within the world.
Love it. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of that. So I'm gonna do a video of about half the records I picked up online. Online shopping is not something I'd ever done, not something I thought I was going to get into, and then I started looking and I just couldn't stop. What I was doing is, instead of shipping to Canada and paying $10 a record to ship, I was shipping them to my cousin in the States, and he was stockpiling them for me, and then when I met up with them last weekend in Toronto, he brought me the records. So I haven't listened to pretty much any of them. I just sampled a few quickly, but if I wait until I've listened to them all to share them, it's going to be a long time, and I'm just really excited about them. So I'm going to show you guys before listening, and then maybe I'll sprinkle them in my recent listens, recent spins videos over the next few months, and maybe give you more insight as to what I thought about the album, which ones I like more than the others, etc. The beat ride out. So a while back, I don't know what sparked it, probably watching some stuff. I'm just gonna bring this back. I really got into Impulse. I think there was a couple, Impulse feature videos done by some members of the VC, and I loved Blue Note, and something about Impulse, the gatefold, the artwork really grabbed me. And I was on the hunt for Impulse, so I started online just looking for, first I was looking for Blue Note, and they're way too expensive as I knew, so I started getting Impulse. So I'm going to show you about half the records I got online were Impulse, the other is a variety of genres as well as labels. So here we go. Like I said, I'm just going to show them quick. I haven't listened to the albums. A lot of these are VC inspired finds, videos, records that I've seen you guys show that I wanted to pick up, and just that I know are good. So the first one is actually one that I forgot to throw in my last video, but it is an Impulse, so it kind of works out perfectly. So I'll start with that one. This one I didn't get online, and this is Africa Brass, the John Coltrane Quartet. This is my first Japanese pressing that I buy. And another thing, same as buying online, I told myself I wasn't going to get into Japanese pressings because same as buying online, once you start, you open the floodgates. There's this whole other realm of record buying. It's kind of, you can buy records anytime, from the comfort of your own home. And Japanese, there's just so many Japanese pressings, they're so expensive. But this is an album that I'd never seen an original of, and I really wanted. So many people have talked so highly of it, and I love John Coltrane. And they had the Japanese, so I was like, I'm just going to get it because I want to hear this album. So I picked it up. This is a Japanese pressing from 1976, according to Discogs. And it sounds pretty good. I'm going to listen to it a couple times. I got this right before I went to Toronto. And I will show you what it looks like. So it's not like my favorite Japanese label. It has the Obi and stuff. My favorite Impulse label. It's the green one, which I would never buy an American pressing of. But, so it's that. It's kind of flimsy vinyl, but I wanted to hear it. If ever I come across an American original that's affordable, I will, we'll see. Jump on it if it's affordable, but the chances of that So first Japanese pressing, you know, the gatefold is the same, looks the same as the American ones. So that's that. Now into the online ones. So another Coltrane, which I wanted, and this one I kind of got scammed on, but well, not scammed. I could have returned it, but I said whatever. So the record is, so I didn't buy this one on eBay. This one I bought from a store that I use as a reference a lot online, and it's Dusty Groove America, a store in Chicago that I'd love to visit one day. Must be amazing because they have so much stuff online. And this is John Coltrane, Kulu Se Mama. Haven't listened to this yet. I dropped the needle quickly, but it sounds really cool, very different. But so how I got gypped on this is that it didn't say, it just described the label. It said Orange and Black Impulse. But what they didn't mention was that it was I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's SMAS. So this is not a Van Gelder mastered original impulse pressing. It's from around the same time. It's from the mid-60s, I believe. But it was from Capitol Record Club. So you know those record clubs that probably don't really exist anymore. But well, they've changed. There's stuff like Vinyl Me Please. But so this is a very flimsy vinyl. Not like the Impulse of the time. There's no deep groove. It's not Van Gelder mastered. So I emailed them and I said, look, because it wasn't shipped to me, it was shipped to my cousin, but when he got the vinyl, I said, send me a picture of what the label looks like. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I emailed them and I was like, can you guys do anything? You know, give me some, you know, change the price a bit. They're like, no, you really have to, you probably got sent the wrong record. You know, we have to send it back to us so we can see. And I sent them a picture and I was just like, look, I just didn't even email them back. I sent it to my cousin. I didn't want to bother him with having to mail it back to them. So that's too bad. But at least it gives me an idea of what this subpar kind of pressing is like. The gatefold's still the nice Impulse gatefold. And the record is in good shape. But it definitely doesn't sound the same as those original Impulse pressings. But I'm happy to hear this record because I had never heard it before. I look forward to exploring it some more. Let me just start a pile. Give me a second. So, if any of you guys have those pressings, let me know what you think of those Capitol record pressings. I'm just going to put this other Coltrane away so I don't make too much of a mess. So, like I said, I haven't listened to these. Really, I haven't had time. I just got back. Had a lot of stuff to do. Okay, oh, look, what's this? So another Coltrane I got, Expression. This one is one of his last recordings. I think it was recorded I was looking on the gatefold in March of the year he died, which is, I think he passed away in later on that year. So yeah, they were March and February. This is John Coltrane Expression. This, I believe, is an original stereo pressing. Ooh, got some Invincible. Still the left. So, you have two different personnel groups. Coltrane with Alice Coltrane, Jimmy Garrison, and Rashid Ali on 3 tracks, and then 1 track that has that same group, but with Pharoah Sanders as well. So, don't know this. Looking forward to exploring it. Some later Coltrane recordings. I'm sure you guys know it in the VC. And so, next one is Dear John C. by Elvin Jones. This is with Charlie Mariano, Hank Jones, Richard Davis, and Roland Hanna. This is a mono copy, nice glossy cover. A little mashed up at the bottom there, but the rest is in great shape. The record's not in amazing shape, but what's cool about this one, so now we're into all eBay purchases. After the Kulu Se Mama, the rest I picked up on eBay. But the label on this isn't, so this is the original Impulse, but it's white label promo. So that's the first time I have a white label promo on Impulse, which is cool. So, and haven't listened to this yet, but I heard good things about it. And so obviously Dear John C, they're talking about John Coltrane. Put that away. Sorry you guys have to see me fiddling. That one's going to take a while. Put it in the corner. Okay, next one is an album that I do know because I listened to it. I downloaded it. This was, I remember, first time I heard about this was Secco Funk was showing it that he loved this album, and I love it too. It's Archie Shepp Attica Blues. This is an original Impulse, so early 70s. It's on the red and black Impulse label. Great album, gatefold. I don't really need to say much more about this. It's kind of different. It's a big band kind of feel with vocals. Really, really incredible stuff. You kind of have to hear it to understand. Let me see. I do have another Archie Shepp that I picked up. This one was like, it's not in great shape, the record, but it was like $5. Neither is the cover, but for $5, Archie Shepp for Losers. Haven't listened to this one yet either, but an Archie Shepp record for $5. I'm down with that. Also, gatefold, original, Impulse. Okay, a couple Pharoah Sanders. Really excited to add to my very small Pharoah Sanders collection. I think I only have one, so these are my first Pharoah Sanders Impulse records. These are all originals, the rest of them. Really excited to listen to this. Some nice spiritual jazz. I know, very popular amongst BC. Also picked up Black Unity. It's crazy what you can find online compared to in store. Very happy about that. Another favorite of mine, not the album necessarily, but the man, Yusef Latif, Jazz Round the World. So very excited to explore his Impulse catalog, which I'm not familiar with. I know he has a few, picked up 2, so this is one, Jazz Round the World, Yusef Latif. And I picked up as well this one, A flat, G flat, and C. This one's with Hugh Lawson, Reggie Workman, and Roy Brooks. And this one is from '63. Who's on here? Ernie Barrows, Hugh Lawson, Richard Williams, and Lex Humphreys. That's cool. And this one is from, doesn't say the year. So this is a mono. These are both mono copies. Obviously the later ones like the Pharoah or stereo. And 2 more. This one's beat up, but it was cheap. I mean, I could have bought a cheap reissue for the same price, but something about having an original, but it is beat up. And it said that, but the cover's in pretty good shape. And this is an album that I've heard amazing things about, and it's Mac Roach, percussion, Bittersweet. So this is Impulse A8, an early Impulse, and this is a stereo copy. So, like I was talking about when I was showing, I think I showed an Impulse in my last video anyway, is this, here it says, you can't read that, AM par down at the bottom, and this is an original, but it is scratched big time. But it still plays through. You can get a sense of what the album's like, and when a better copy comes around, but for, I think I paid $8 or something, I will take it for now, for my Impulse. And last is A4, so an even earlier Impulse, Out of the Cool, Gil Evans. This is a stereo copy, this is an original, and see, the early ones, you can probably read that better. AM Par Record Corp. So that's it. I didn't have a lot of time. I'm actually probably going to be late for someone I need to pick up now. But those are my Impulse pickups from mostly online, mostly eBay. One from Dusty Groove America. So I really look forward to listening to those. That's about half, that's probably a bit more than half the records I picked up from online. So I still have the rest of the online pickups to show, as well as some of the ones I picked up in Toronto. So I was really excited to just make another video and share that with you guys. Like I said, haven't listened to these, don't know them. I know you guys have. Love to hear what you think, which ones are your favorites. And more importantly, out of the rest of the Impulse catalog, which ones are like absolutely essential? What are your favorite Impulse records? I would love to hear that. Obviously, I have a few other Impulse records, but there's so many I'm missing. I'm still missing. Definitely the Alice Coltrane on Impulse Collection is a big hole. I know the Freddie Hubbard's supposed to be really good. I don't remember, but I know there's a ton. Anyway, see you guys soon. I'm gonna do some listening, and when I have the time, hopefully this weekend. My girlfriend just left for 10 days for Arizona, so probably have some more time to sit back and listen to some records. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Peace.